Let's dive into the presentation for today. So thank you everybody for coming. My name is Huy and I'm with EXP Realty. We have a really good organization. It's called Team Legacy, which I will talk about in a little bit. Today is one of our monthly training focused on production. And the topic is going to be how to win the investor, turning investor into a lifelong client, which is something that really near and dear to my heart because when I started, I'm actually an investor myself. And then eventually I ventured into this real estate agent thing. Hey, you can actually broker deal for the people and actually get commission as well. You actually have to always broker deal for yourself. Yeah. I think Chandra, she took a sneak peek about my background already. Anybody here use Trello? I love Trello, and usually when I have something of accomplishment, I just take my nephew to school. They measure you by GPA, but I think, can you open it up for him? In school, they measure you by GPA. It's just a number, but I think the thing, like when you get out and once you start, working, whatnot, you understand that life is a lot more than just a GPA. So a lot of things I'm really proud of. I joined EXP Realty and I start to build my revenue share group with Jeff and Amanda and with each and every one of you here. Super proud about that. I got to see Robert Kiyosaki. I get my book signed. It's just one of the things that the investor, if you invest in real estate, if you read his books when you are 18, it's just one of the things on your checklist that you have to go and get it signed. I follow Grant Cardone, really great guy. I really learned a lot of stuff from him when it comes to sales and sales technique. Meet him, take a picture with him, sign my book, so get that done as well. Super proud of that. And I also enjoy stuff that is not real estate related. I love riding bike with friends. I get on stage. Last year, that was a really big thing for me, that you overcome the objections. Oh my God, who's going to listen to me in front of 500 people? So that was a really big objection that I was able to get over. I bought my dream house and my dream car on the same year. And that purchase pretty much took me and Jenny out of retirement. I was like, okay, we have to go back to work. Yeah, so we're really proud of that. And as of yesterday, my partner in crime is not here, but I think we closed on one of our flip, and that I think is going to flip number 109. So over the past 4 years, we completed over 100 flip. And only one of them lose money, finger crossed. So all of them is profitable except one, lose $1,000. But yeah, I started to dabble in the commercial building, and as of last week as well, I was happy to finally lease out this building that I thought was going to be a bust, but now I finally own a cash flow commercial building in Wharton, Texas. And I think if you want to make a bet, I think Wharton eventually, thing is still cheap right now. Like our home, they're still selling house for $150 down there. I think eventually thing is gonna catch on down there. So if you look for opportunity, take a look at, I would say, a secondary market, not Houston, but anything outside of Houston. So Wharton, El Campo, Hockley, right now, area like that, I think is gonna be opportunity for investor. But yeah, but this is what I always brag about. It's about Team Legacy. This is a community that a lot of the leader in the group like May, we spend a lot of time pouring into you guys. Yes, we can make money flipping house, we can make money broker deal for the people, but I think it's more fun for me, and especially it's more rewarding for me personally. It's actually help you make money, rally, help I make money. When you guys make money, we make money as well. So this is one of the things that I'm really proud of. I always brag about it, and it's just really fun and really rewarding when you're able to help other person and then help them make money, and in turn you make money because of our revenue share system as well. So really proud of that. But yeah, I'm gonna start with this quote: people of integrity and honesty not only practice what they preach, but they are what they preach. So whenever you look for teacher, whenever you look for guidance, don't look at what they teach. There's a lot of guys that I just happen to know, they flip one house and they wrote a book about flipping house. We flipped house number 100 and I'm still think I'm lucky. There's so much to learn. So whenever you're looking for guidance, especially right now with AI, with social media, with video, everybody can create a course within 10-15 minutes. But if you want, before you pay, just look into the history of the speaker, the history of the teacher, and see if they actually did the work they done, or better, if they're still in the game. Because the stuff that you learn 30 years later on, it's not going to be able to apply 30 years from now on. So those are the things that I always look for when I look for guidance, I look for mentorship. I look for people that actually did the work or is already doing the work. And they're willing and they're able to share that experience, that mentorship with you. Yeah, so I will start with that quote. Yeah, but I really want this to be interactive. If y'all don't come up, I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna ask you guys questions. So please help me with this. Like, why investor matter to your business? I can start with you. Why working with investor matters with your business? I know you work with a lot of investors.
They have money
Uh-huh.
and they don't have business.
Okay, I like that. Number one, they have money. I like to work with people with money. Anybody else? Why do you like working with investor?
They're consistent. They can always come back.
There you go, consistent stream of income. And in fact, I'm gonna start with that. One email from 2018. Can you believe it? This one email is still generating me business until this day. Consistently 5 to 6 deals a year, just from one email. So this email I got, hey, what's up, Wee? How you been? I hope the real estate business has been treating you well. I actually moved to Denver from Houston. This is great. As the market continued to be strong, this is on 2018, I was thinking of selling my rental in Houston via seller finance. I hope you could run a quick CMA to it. So he get right into the way. He's an investor. He knows what's a CMA in. He hit me right away. So I run a CMA for him. An investor that is getting out of the business that I'm helping, and all of a sudden I was able to meet an investor that is getting into the business just by helping the investor listing the house. So this single listing, the one at Kiplin's, it resulted in one of my VIP buyer, and he keep flipping house with me, and we do more than 10, more than 12 deals a year out of the one client. So that's lesson, thank you for bringing it up. So one of the benefits of working with investor, instead of fighting 12 clients, and consistently work, and you have to continue to go find people to work on. If you can find one or two guys that have money, you show them how to make more money, and oh my God, like he cannot wait to go do another deal with him, because when you go do a deal, you make money, he make money, and that cycle just keep continue. Yeah, so strong.
Sell the house for him. List the house for him.
There you go. Yeah. So bring back. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Amir.
Abir. Amir. Oh, Amir. Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Come back to Amir point, the single listing, strong referral, and I say it really well. Rich people, they happen to know other rich people. Go ahead.
And also as realtors, we have the whole MLS. They don't have access most of the time, so they need us more than...
There you go. Yeah, so now you start to provide value. You have something that investor don't. Not a lot of people is going to be like me. Okay, I don't have an MLS license. Just let go get my license. Not a lot of people is going to be like that. So keep that, right? That is one of the most basic value add is to provide comp to the investor. Yeah. And it's also a gateway to commercial property. Eventually, your client is going to make money. Eventually, you will make money. You guys need to part of money somewhere else. And a lot of my clients, they eventually become my partner. They become my business partner in other deal. And a lot of things is going to come up when you work with people that, that want to grow with you. The key is that they want to keep growing. Yeah. Yeah, working with investor, it could be a cheat code to really simplify your business. I don't like complicated things, and I rather just work with one or two person instead of a lot of people. So for me personally, somehow I started as an investor, and I just really like the investment side of work. Not to discount the retail side of work, and which I'm gonna show you, the mindset shift. These are two lovely closings. I love both of them. I think it's Jenny friend. I just have a blast working with them. They just have a newborn baby back then. They are really looking for the house. She could care less about the ARV, about the rental and stuff like that. She just want a really nice kitchen, a safe school for her kid to go to school. And it's just a really good emotional ride closing the deal with her and knowing that she's gonna be placed in a good school district, a good area that she's gonna grow her kid on, that her kid is gonna grow up on. There's nothing wrong with that. So you're gonna come up with questions like, hey, is this a safe neighborhood? Do the kid like the school here? Does the kitchen feel? Those are the questions that you normally gonna come up with when you work with a retail buyer. Help me out here. What is some other question that a typical buyer they normally come up with? Who work with a lot of retail buyer, help me out here. What type of question that you guys come up with? May? When you work with typical buyer, what is some of the questions that they normally come up with? Does the kitchen feel? Does the school help me out here?
Is the school good?
Okay.
District good?
What else? Help me out here. I'm learning.
Material-based bad questions. When was this done? Like roofing, windows. They care about when is there tiles, flooring.
There you go. Okay, that's good.
How much is the house?
How much is the house? Yeah, there you go. What else? Somebody help me out. Sandra? Flood zone, there you go. Investor, they care about that as well, but retail buyer, they do ask a lot of that because this is how they're gonna stay in like a lot. Yeah, versus when you go to an investor, it's all about the number and the spreadsheet and the ROI. What's the cap rate? How much is the cash flow after expense? What is the ARV, the after repair value? What is some of the other questions that investor normally ask you that you have to be prepared for? Somebody help me out. Jim, you work with Section 8 a lot. What is some of the Section 8 questions that you normally come up with? What kind of tier they're in? Yeah, so if you don't know anything about Section 8, you're gonna be like, what? And then you're gonna look really unrepresented in front of the seller. So learn about, hey, what tier is it in?
What about the survey? Do we have access to the survey?
What's that?
The survey.
The survey, okay, yep, yeah. So later on, I know Houston is not gonna be hot about ADU yet, but some other state, ADU is become a thing now. You always look at the survey before you buy. It's gonna tell you exactly where the house is, it's gonna exactly where the utility is, and it's gonna tell you if you have enough land to build another house, another ADU in there. So survey, modification, yep. So those are the questions that investor, they always come up with. Anything else?
Property tax rate.
What is the property tax rate? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is the single biggest expense any investor have to pay. What is the insurance like? Yeah, so stuff like that. So all of a sudden your mindset is shifting from emotionally helping a buyer and a seller moving into the house into a very business-oriented decision. Is it gonna make money for me? Is my family is gonna well off after I bought the property? Is my asset is gonna come up after I buy this property? Is the tenant is gonna pay off my asset? So all that stuff, if you can just shift your mind over, it's gonna, I would say the emotional roller coaster is gonna stop. And all of a sudden, people tell me that it's right, but it's very calm. You know exactly before you show a house if the number makes sense or not. Yeah. Yeah, so the type of investor that you're gonna encounter, you just mentioned Section 8, which is really good. What about out-of-state buyer? What is some of the questions that the out-of-state buyer, they normally ask you guys? Out-of-state investor.
Location, crime rate.
There you go, location, crime rate, thank you. Anybody here has worked with out-of-state buyer? Or what are some of the questions they normally ask you? May is blank today, she's usually very sharp. What's on your mind?
Usually they are curious if how is all the houses in that area perform
Okay.
for 5
Yeah.
years, 3 years.
Yeah, they're looking for stability.
Easy to find a tenant.
Yep. So they're looking for stability, turnkey property, reliable property management. 9 out of 10 out-of-state buyer, they keep asking us about property management. I don't personally do property management, but I do have to know a good property manager to refer them out and know that they're gonna be taken good care of. It doesn't matter how much the deal that you do for them, how much good it is, but if you put in the wrong management, the deal is gonna go south, and then all of a sudden they're just gonna disappear from your life. So the PM is really important. Make sure you partner with a really good PM.
I would ask, after they sell the property, will they have buyers ready for me as a realtor?
There you go, that's a really good one as well. Is it easy to sell if I want to exit 2 or 3 years later? How does the comp look like in this neighborhood? Is it a fast-moving neighborhood? Yeah, those are really good questions. So out-of-state buyer. So what is a flipper? Flipper is a little opposite. What is a flipper looking for? So I can speak for this because we flip a lot of homes. The thing we care about the most is number one, the ARV. It has to be on point. You double check, you triple check the ARV before you purchase the house, and especially the speed of the transaction. It's okay for me to make 10 grand if I can make 10 grand in a week, but if I'm gonna make 10 grand in 6 months, maybe that's not a good deal anymore. So I always look at the scope of the project and I determine the speed of the transaction. So for me, when you work with a fix and flip investor, always hit on the ARV and the speed of the transaction. Super important for them. They could care less about the school district, the crime rate, the flood zone, but how fast I can move my money around is the number one that flipper they're concerned about. Yeah, buy and hold investor, what do they prioritize? They prioritize cash flow and long-term stability. They don't flip like us. They don't buy and sell all the time, but they focus on building wealth. They need that steady appreciation and that monthly income, and hopefully that will help reducing their taxes. So think about doctor, think about pharmacists, think about any high income earner. They already make money. They already have a lot of money. Now they need to pour that money into somewhere else that is going to generate the cash flow, and that cash flow is going to number one, pay off the house. So they're going to have the house 10, 15 years. A lot of them, you're going to be surprised, they put the mortgage on 15 years. They just want a house free and clear after 15 years. And hopefully with that depreciation, if you educate the client correctly, they can get a lot of taxable income reduced as well. Because on paper, real estate, they're gonna show up as a loss. If you show up as a profit when you buy rental property, I don't know, you're doing something, you need to tell me. What is the Airbnb people look for? What is the STR, MTR operator look for? Anybody here on Airbnb? What do they look for? No HOA, legally. There you go. So that's one thing you need to look into right away. When you work with the STR, MTR operator, the city, they start to crack down on this thing. So you need to really be careful. You cannot buy a $300,000, $400,000, sometimes $500,000 house and then have title tell you that, hey, you look at the deed, it's unrestricted. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any story on that, Chandra, that you can share with us?
Yeah, I had
Go ahead.
recently,
Go ahead.
they put earnest money down, they ordered the survey and everything, and I didn't know what they were looking for, so they called me saying, hey,
Yeah.
no duplexes, no triplexes, so the deal busted just because of the deal.
Yep. Is it after option period or before? Oh shit. See? So stuff like that, you have to have your friend a title. Y'all need to check that stuff out before option period is over. Otherwise, it's gonna be a mess to get that earnest money back. So that's the STR, MTR operator they look for. They focus on location, they focus on uniqueness. In order for the house to lease out well on Airbnb, it's an experience. So it cannot be four walls and a pillow. You have to have the experience factor in it, the uniqueness. So they seek high return, they don't mind do the work. Anything looking cool legally that you can Airbnb it out, go ahead and package together and send it to your investor. So that's how you're adding value, constantly looking out for stuff that would help people make money. Oh, not sure why the icon come less. Okay, yeah, so those are the pillars that you talk to, just like buyer, just like seller. If you speak to no one, if you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So I would really encourage that in your communication. What are you talking to? Are you talking to a new investor that have no experience? You need to slow down and treat all the lingo and treat the conversation a little differently. When you speed up, when you talk with a guy that flip 100 house, you can speed up. You can start throwing all the lingo and then you can go fast forward with them. So always identify your pillar of the client, same thing on the retail side. So that way your communication, same thing on social media. I'm just shotgun the message out. Really tailor that into each pillar. So that way, you have more conversion and more conversation rate. Yeah.
Yes, you can do that and you can make more money, but a lot of the time, people, they already make money in other business, either music industry or you're a really good lawyer, really good doctor, you already have money, so why go to the hassle of a fix and flip because of that?
Let me go. So how many people think you guys can do a better video than that? Please raise your hand. Please raise your hands. Okay, yes, thank you. Yeah, so video like this help me generate investor lead on Google, on social media. And you see, it's not that complicated. My shoe is beat up. I don't know my ankle. I was crawling to find something and then it looks like completely not video ready. But I'm still able to generate lead using that video, okay? For me, especially if you're shy, film it once and let the video do the talking for you, right? You never have to see it once, right? You send it off to your marketing or your VA, have them edit it, have them upload it. If you're shy like me, you never have to watch it again, right? And let the video do the talking for you, right? Somebody's gonna watch it while you sleep. Somebody's gonna watch it while you eat, right? You don't need 1,000 people to watch it. You need 5, 6 people that has money, watch it, and call you. That's it. So where to find the investor? Online community. Anybody know Bigger Pocket? Yep. No? Yeah. Bigger Pocket. Yeah, so that's the basic when it comes to online investing community. And you're gonna be surprised. It might be not so popular in the US market right now. But last week I picked up an investor in the Dominican Republic, and she found me on Bigger Pocket. So if you're active in there, if you keep sharing content, you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna have no idea how people look up your post, and especially if you have something of value to say. If you say something really well, if you help some people answer a really good question, and people vote on the post, when people look for that particular same problem, and then that post is gonna stay there. So I like that type of lead up generation. It's actually solving problem for the people, and then all of a sudden your post will get boosted organically because you're actually solving a problem. Yeah, so Bigger Pocket Forum, I know a lot of everybody here is in the real estate Facebook group. Those, I think, is the gold mine for connecting with serious investor. You contribute a lot of valuable content, and you establish yourself as a local market expert.
How do you do the LinkedIn?
Huh?
You say LinkedIn. What do you do with LinkedIn?
LinkedIn?
Yeah. What do you do with it?
LinkedIn right now, I just have it linked to my other account, and my VA just posted, so they just copy the post from Instagram, and they post it on LinkedIn. Yeah. LinkedIn is not very effective for me yet. I haven't found any actual lead on LinkedIn yet. Yeah, but the other platform they will.
You can post your stuff on there?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's mostly for job, right?
Yeah, mostly for job, for people in the corporate world. Again, people with money, they stay on LinkedIn. So just stay up there. Exactly. Yeah. Anybody here generate lead on Facebook group? Yes? Tell me more. Are you able to get any lead on using your Facebook group? I know that you're on it everywhere.
Yeah. So I do short videos and then I share that to different community groups, press, things like that.
Yeah.
And then they will DM you, and it takes some time to convert. But at least
Every single time I log into any group, I just see her face. So I know it worked because I keep seeing it. I don't know how Facebook algorithm work. Maybe we are friends and I see it, but I was like, you are on everywhere. Like, unfollow. Yeah. So local community, sport club, hobby club, each of us have a hobby. You play tennis, you play pickleball, whatever it is. Get engaged in there. Get to know people. When it comes to this, like lead generation, investor, they are just normal people. They just a buyer, they just seller. But you have to think about, hey, who's my ideal client? Where do they hang out? Golfer, yeah, the golfer community, they are very, how do you say that word? Well, what is the other word for having money?
Wealthy.
Yeah, wealthy, or I forgot the other word. Huh? Affluent, there you go, thank you, yeah. So think about any of the affluent community. What do? Do they play tennis? Do they play golf? Are they in any sort of car club? So think about that and see any of that match with your interest. You have to like it too. If you don't like it, you're gonna go there and then you're gonna feel really awkward because you don't participate in their activity with them. But for me, whenever I get on the tennis court, I'm me. I just play tennis, and that's how I was able to connect with a lot of people. Yeah. Local community, content marketing, we already talked about this. Your video is going to do the talking for you. And Google business profile, guys. Google business profile. Please do yourself a favor. And let me show you this. These are all the top team in my organization. You have Nhà Mỹ group, you have me, you have myself, you have Khải team with the CGP group, you have the Real Town group sitting right there, you have Win-Win group right here. Where's Lynn? Lynn representing the Win-Win group right here. What is all of these top producers have something in common? They have a very dominant Google review and Google Facebook profile. A lot of the things we tend to forget about that people that don't know you, the first thing they go look for something is actually still Google and now ChatGPT. So if you make yourself a presence on Google, I'm actually the worst one out here. Everybody have 5 star. I have 4.9 with a 1-star review and a 62 review. Go back.
You listen to my story, I'm usually very against buying new home for investment.
You got it? Yeah. I'm actually the worst one out there with 62 review, and I'm still able to generate client.
I just got Google.
Thank you. Yeah.
Google.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah.
Funny, I don't know why, how they got.
Okay. So did you ask them and they find you on Google? Yeah. I always ask people like, hey, if you don't mind me asking, how do you find me? And they either say Google or ChatGPT. Surprisingly, yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised I got Google too.
Yeah, so if you go to ChatGPT, you're gonna ask, hey, can you give me a list of real estate agent that is investor friendly in Houston? And normally my name would pop up, and then Khải name would pop up as well. I don't know why, maybe some keyword that we put in there, but I should make sure myself that I'm an investment property specialist. So that's the niche that I focus in on. Yeah. But yeah, Google, I know it's a lot harder to set up now. They make you video your office. They make you do all kind of things. Just put up with them. Just go to it so that way people that don't know you yet, they can find you on Google. So that's if you don't get anything out today, that's your homework. Go home and set up a Google page business. It's going to help you a ton and start just putting content out there.
Hey, but I just want to add that we just started with the video thing.
Uh-huh.
Actually, people find us over in that too.
There you go. Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
video put it on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah,
They actually find it on that.
yeah. I'm going to say this, the one quote, my bad video is going to outperform all of your good video that you never post. Okay, so just keep that in mind. My shitty video is going to outperform all of your perfect video that you never post. So the key is just to start, right? And then over time, you're going to learn how to perfect yourself. I think I'm going to skip this real quick. I think everybody here, we have a really good understanding on how to speak with investor now. You have to speak their language. What is the cap rate? What is the ARV? Very crucial for fix and flip, very crucial for the BRRRR, the DSCR. Make sure you work with a lender that know what is DSCR, the cash on cash return, the total rate, the total ROI, and then BRRRR. A lot of the language that you have to, like all of a sudden, shift from being working with a buy and sell a retail client, and all of a sudden you have to shift to investor. Yeah. Ask the right question. What is your investment strategy? What is the financing strategy you are doing? What is the timeline for acquisition? Really important to find out the motivation. And what is the specific criteria that drive your decision? You have to learn all of that stuff. Otherwise, the lead is going to be very motivated. You don't know what they are looking. So learn how to ask good questions. Same with buyer, same with seller, same with investor. Yeah. And yep. Let me skip this real quick. Yeah, it's one of the flip that we did, so looks very good. Yeah, and one thing, reading it show in the conversation. If you want to speak to investor, you have to read, right? Because read it show in the way you communicate. I can almost tell when I talk to somebody and they haven't done their homework or they haven't read anything in that particular subject, right? If you haven't read it, you're gonna ask, very different questions from the people who actually done the homework, right? So these are a couple of books that I would recommend. Being the top 1% with Bob Ham. I really like that dog. The book is called The Cell Dog, right? It's basically categorize you into different type of dog. Are you a golden retriever? Are you a chihuahua? Are you like an aggressive bulldog that go after people? So they actually categorize you into dog type to see what type of salesperson you are. And then from that, you're gonna learn how to close people naturally. What you're naturally good at. You cannot make a chihuahua become a bulldog. So you have to make it the best out of you. Yeah, so I really like that book when it comes to sales technique. The book that I'm working on, so it's almost come out, How to Create Your First Million in Real Estate. And then the tax strategy. Real estate, a lot of it has to do with tax. And a lot of questions that you're going to encounter is going to be tax. What is 1031 exchange? What is cost tax segregation? How do you legally reduce your tax? What is an LP? What is an LLC? What is a GPLP structure? What do you think about S Corp? If you don't know any of that, you're going to look really uneducated in front of a real estate agent. And then you just decrease your chance of working with you. So again, the reading is showing your conversation. Please read the book. Yeah, the diet is showing your energy, and your environment is showing your growth. But today we're gonna focus on the stuff that you read. So I can almost tell when you skip reading. It's really easy. Yeah. So what is a tool and a system that we use to help investor? You cannot do this by yourself. So what is some of the basic tool that we use to help investor? It's not a trick question. Somebody yell it out. Thank you. MOS, HAR. We use that to help find deal. MOS, off-market property. We buy a lot of, hopefully Larry, you can speak more about the subject, but we buy a lot of deal from the wholesaler. And then Investor Live. I happened to talk with a guy who's a friend of Investor Live. The guy who created Investor Live, that guy is a billionaire now. That site is worth billions of dollars now. It's an MOS for wholesaler. And the guy, he's about to exit. Don't quote me on it, but it's in the billion. It's crazy, yeah. He created an MOS for wholesaler. So it just blew my mind. Why wouldn't haven't anybody think of that? An MOS for wholesaler. So for people that doesn't have real estate license to post their deal up there all over the country. So brilliant, yeah. Auction analysis tool, I gotta keep it very simple. Spreadsheet. The question I get asked the most, hey, what tool do I use to analyze the deal? And I keep telling people it's a free Google Excel spreadsheet that I use since I ever started doing real estate to calculate the return on investment. It's that simple. And then you can go complicated. We all have the tool to run comp. If you in a short-term rental game, you should have subscription to AirDNA to run for your short-term rental comp. If you have Privy, I'm gonna repeat this, but Privy, they're slowly rolling it out to all the EXP agents. So wait on that. Privy is coming out. PropStream, if you use PropStream to generate off-market lead, and then what is it? Yeah, and then the last is the people. You cannot do this by yourself. So make sure, right, the people around you, they are investor friendly. Make sure the title company that you work with, they are investor friendly. Make sure the lender that you work with, they know what is the SCR mean. The insurance that you work with, they know what type of insurance the investor need and don't need. Yep, CPA, bookkeeper. But yeah, just spreadsheet, it's really that simple. I go see my bookkeeper and I saw that in her office. I was like, that is just so hilarious. You are just right. That's why you're my bookkeeper. Huh? The Kiplin's? Yeah, this is one of the original deal that I did. Yeah, but I really want to put it there to show people that. Yeah? In Kiplin's? Yeah. Oh man, okay. It's a rough area. Like doing what to the neighbor smoking crack in front of me. Yeah, back then it's cheap, but this is one of the first deal that I start to broker deal for the people. But as you can see, my spreadsheet is super simple. It got nothing on it. How much do I make? What is the ROI? What is the debt? That's it. Nothing simple. This is not something fancy rocket science. Yeah. But yeah, that's enough deal for everybody. I do want to bring it up because I keep getting this question all the time. Hey, if the deal is so good, why don't you do it for yourself? Why do you give it to me? You're going to be surprised. I keep getting this question all the time. So this deal, I got it for $183. The rehab cost is about $34. All in is about $207. After repair, $258. Holding cost, closing cost, about $13,000. And after everything's said and done, right, you clear $30,000 easily. And turnaround time is about 4 months. I did not take it. I gave it to one of my investors. So it was a cold lead from Google. older gentlemen, they just want to call and they just want to sell me the house, negotiation, this and that. I make a decision right there. In order to keep it for myself, I gave it to one of my clients with very little assignment fee. And then after that, you get to list the house and whatnot. I could have taken this down myself for 30K, but I did not do that. So what does that do? It builds trust. It builds trust with me and the investor. And from that, it's just money deal coming over. So I just want to use this to demonstrate how you have to value the relationship over the immediate chunk of money in front of you. If you can do that, you're going to have a lot of money returned to you for business. And not only that, back to point number one again, rich people know other rich people. Now they know that you're competent. Now they know that you have integrity. The business will keep coming in and you don't have to ask for it. Yeah, so this is one of the case example I really want to show people. If you put your client first, if you really read the realtor ethic code, if you guys ever read it, it say put your client interest in front of you. Sometimes it's hard to do, but if you did that, man, trust me, the result is going to come back tenfold. Yeah. Yeah, I do want everybody here to leave with homework. I don't, because all of this is going to be nothing fun if you just absorb it and then go home and do something. So please write this down. This is going to be homework. I really want you to go back to your phone book, go back to your network, find out who has money. Who in your phone book have money? Pull your phone book right now and start asking that question. Who has the money in your phone book? Who? Exactly. There you go. You have his wife number? Hey, what's your wife number? Who has money? Who want to grow? And how can I help them make more money? That's the key. You're not there to sell them a house. You work with an investor. You buy when you make money. How do you help them make more money? And from that, you're going to create your investor package. Whenever you see a deal that would be a good fit for Section 8, you see a deal that would fit for fix and flip, you put together an investor package. So that's the homework for this week. You get your phone book, you see who has money, who need your help, and you analyze 2 or 3 this week with realistic number. Don't put on some fake number over there. You build a spreadsheet and then do yourself a huge favor. Convert into a nice PDF format, something presentable. That way you can just text it to Jim. You can just text it to Larry. Hey Larry, I just saw this deal. I run some number on it. It might work for what you need. Hey Amir, I just run some number. This might be work for fix and flip. This might be work for an SDR. What do you think? And you did all the homework for them already. So do that and start texting people and start to build value to other people already. Yeah, text, email, follow up with a phone call. After you text, after you email, it gives you a reason to call and follow up with them as well. So this is back to basic follow-up 101, right? Before you call people, give them something of value first. Once you get something of value, now you have a chance to follow up. Hey Larry, I just sent you an investment package. Did you happen to see it yet? And from that, you can have a conversation with them about how's that thing, right? And just one note right here, since we're all real estate agents and we tend to talk a lot more than listening, right? On the phone, you have to focus on listening. Listen about their investment goal rather than pushing the transaction. So you have to keep listening and keep asking a question. The best subject in a phone call is always about them. It's always about a person. It's not about a deal. It's not about you. It's always about a client in front of you. So if you can kind of take lead of the conversation and control the conversation and put it on the client, the conversation flow is going to be flowing a lot smoother. Yeah.
Erase the addresses and contact information.
Huh?
Erase the contact information.
Yeah. If you not yet have it under contract yet. Yeah. Or if it's an MOS deal and you already have trust with a client, just leave the address. Yeah. But yeah, something simple like this with a picture, great investment opportunity with 2.55% interest rate. I actually learned this from one of my friends that do Assumable deal in Colorado. This is what he sent to his client. Consistently 5, 6, 7 deals a month just on Assumable loan. He would screen the market, he would make an investment package, and he would email, he would text people. Yeah. So money is always there. Yes, sir.
Back to the Google thing, how do you know if someone texts you if they're a spam investor or a real investor?
By experience, WhatsApp is scam. I can tell you that much. Yeah. A lot of it is going to be experience. Yeah. Somebody that call you and say, hey, I have $1 million. I want to buy a house right away. Yeah, a scam. Yeah. So eventually you learn how to filter it out. But somebody that actually go to your ask you specific question and actually book you and talk to you, and then yeah.
I got a lot of people.
A lot. Yeah. It's just scam. Yeah. Eventually you learn how to filter through all of that. Yeah. Okay. So that's the main part of the presentation. Any question?
How
No?
do you know when your friend has money?
Huh?
How do you know your friend has money?
How do you know my friend has money? It shows somewhere, either the car, somebody drive the Cadillac. So somebody work out at noon. Yeah, I noticed that stuff. Only rich people work out at noon. Yeah, a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
So how do you approach them? Do you approach them like, hey, how do you approach? Let's say you're into tennis.
Uh-huh.
So do you wait for them to approach you or do you approach them?
When I play tennis, I just play tennis. But if somebody, let's say, have a question, there's going to be opportunity where you can tell people about what you are doing. Trust me, they're going to ask you. Yeah, you're going to.
But you yourself have to believe and know what you're doing.
Yeah. So come back to the sell dog book. A lot of people, we have different type of dog. I'm the one that always watching for opportunity. And when I see the opportunity, I strike right away. And usually it hit. Yeah. And a lot of people, they just, hey, use me as a real estate agent, use me as a real estate agent. That works as well, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But me, a lot of my lead coming from is about watching the surrounding, watching how the way the conversation, the way they react. You know what? When me and Jenny, when we go to fly, just by the way of the certain way that the people, they answer the phone, the way they dress, we can almost tell that they're in business class or not. Trust me, when you go to the airport, you try that, and then when you go back home, you try that. Who have money? Okay, that's a good one. Next question.
Do you match leads?
I don't. Yeah. So that's Jeff thing. That is getting into more directly. So that would be more of like what Larry does. I got so many things going on already. I don't mind paying an assignment fee. So the wholesaler, they can do all that work. They put the house under contract. I don't mind pay an assignment fee. So that way I can just get the house, clear title, and then fix it up and sell it. Yeah. Yeah, if I would do that, would be too much. You would file the deal, you would negotiate the deal, you would go to the prison to get the signature signed, and then you would go give it to Sandra. Exactly, yeah. When you get into that world, it gets really exhausting, and then you have to fix the house, and then you have to sell the house too. Trust me, the way I see it, you're either good at one or two things. I never seen anybody that good at everything. Acquisition, repair, project management, and selling, it requires 3 different skill sets. Yeah, if you try to do all 3 of it, you're gonna lack at one area.
Is the most challenging but most rewarding investors real estate developers because they want to buy land, subdivide it, build properties on top of that?
Yeah, that's what I would love to do as well. I just don't have the opportunity to get into it yet.
Because I want to get into real estate development later on in my career.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, I think that's the goal of everybody. Yeah. But that would be the next step.
For a new investor
Uh-huh.
or flip, what kind of question do you ask them to narrow down the locations and create the buy box?
Yeah.
And what are your top 3 areas?
Huh. My top 3 area is really hard to say. When it comes to fix and flip, you normally looking for day on market, the speed. Yeah. So I would say just do a quick MLS search and see that the area that is not too dangerous. So let's say stay away from Sunnyside, for example. That would be too much for the first-time investor. And then just look for typical area that have short, really fast turnaround. I would say less than 30 days, like the golden zip code, 77065, 77070, good school district. Eventually, what is a golden zip code is that everybody want to move in regardless of the market condition. So if you can focus on that, if you even make a little less question, less money when you flip, it's a good starting point. Yeah. What kind of question? You try to peel the onion and narrow down to see how motivated they are, and then how much capital do they have. Do they need to go to a hard money lender? Do they have the ability to take the project by themselves, or do they have partner? So it's a lot of it is about, I would say, you almost try to interview them backward and try to see if they would be too afraid to continue. Like almost to a point that you push them out. But if they continue to stay, if they continue to commit, and then that will be a good lead to follow. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because a lot of people, they get excited, and they never done a deal. Yeah. Yeah. So.
How to be your business partner?
How?
Since you have all the connections, maybe
As far as.
we can chip in and then you develop it.
need money.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say, so first of all, thank you. We already partner as far as EXP agent and in the team family, in the team legacy family. But when it comes to partnership, it's almost like, I'm talking about business partnership, it's almost like a marriage. It has to be compatible. You have to bring on something that I don't have. I have to bring on something that you don't have. Trust me, I've been in too many partnerships. the divorce is ugly. The business divorce is ugly. We stop becoming friends. You're gonna leave EXP. I lose money. You lose money. It becomes very ugly. Yeah. So I would just say just stay around and see what is the value that you have to offer to the partnership, and then see just relating and see if we are really compatible with each other. Yeah. And trust me, things get really complicated when you are responsible for other people's money. Yeah. Yeah. So before I come into the partnership, I always think about, hey, what do they need? What do I have? And we are compatible for each other. Yeah. Because it's just, I just hate to lose a friend over a deal that, let's say, 10, not worth it. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I always open for opportunity, but it depends on the deal. So it's all depends. Yeah. Depend on the deal, depend on the skill, stuff like that. We can stop now, but if you guys have some time, I can go over the Assumable loan. I'm doing a couple deals, and I think it's really interesting right now. Yeah? Okay. So Assumable loan, really hot especially for investors right now. Why is Assumable loan getting so popular when it comes to investing? The answer is right there. Because of the extremely low rate, especially if you're an investor and you're chasing yield, the 2%, 3% rate is going to provide you with positive cash flow, especially if you do long-term home. And what type of loan that you can assume? You cannot assume conventional loan. Phong just told me that some conventional loan that you can assume, but mostly it's going to be VA for investor. FHA you can assume, but it's more you have to stay in the house. So it's not investor eligible. So the only practically loan that the investor can assume is a VA loan. So why are the agents afraid of VA loan, Chandra? What's wrong with VA loan? Have you closed? Yeah. Have you closed any Assumable deal? Okay. Yeah. I know your cousin did, and it's a 6 month that we have to went to hell with a lender. So. Yeah.
So how do you find them?
Good question. That's on the next slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typically, if it's a government-backed loan, they have to qualify to
Yeah.
assume that loan.
Exactly. Yeah. And the qualification process right now I see because the seller they have issue making the payment, so the lender they actually make it easier for assume loan now, especially from last year. I'm working on a deal right now, and compared to last year, they are a lot more nicer to talk to me. They are not like, hey, don't talk to me anymore. Last year it was a nightmare. Nobody wants to talk to you. It takes 6 months to close a deal. It was just a nightmare. But the one I'm doing right now, not too bad. They know that the seller, they are like, hey, if this doesn't close, the loan is going to go to shit. So they are a lot more open to talk to you now. Yep. Yeah, so focus on VA loan. And just to answer your question right away, how to file Assumable deal. The MLS is number one. If you notice the MLS, there's a section I need to show you. That's called Add Field. And then you can do a star. And then you can look for the keyword. All the listing agents that know what they are doing, they put in the Assumable. The word is Assumable. They put it either the public description or the agent remark. In your MLS filter, there's a way for you to filter out that word. Yeah. So free, if you want to look for free stuff, the MLS is free. Nikki is not here. She always makes fun of me when it comes to subscription. There's a subscription that you can pay to file Assumable mortgage. It's called Assumable.io. Okay, it's $20. It's gonna filter out all the VA loan that you want. Yeah. And then withdrawal is another one. You don't have to pay for withdrawal. But withdrawal is another one that when you use them, they basically the coordinator. So they are the coordinator of the coordinator that will help you contact the lender. I did a deal with them. They do some help, not too much. Basically, I yell at them, they go yell at other people. It's a whole mess, but they try to provide value to help facilitate the transaction. But their website is actually really good. They already have the filter to filter out like what is the VA loan, FHA loan. So that way you can filter, right, to find a deal. And then after that, you can either go work it for yourself or you get assistance from withdrawal. They charge only 1%. Yeah. So yeah, it is a subscription. If you want to really get into it, another $20 out of your paycheck per month. Yeah. But yeah, how do you talk to the listing agent? A lot of the listing agents, some of them, they might not never heard about Assumable. You have to immediately let them know that, hey, this is the legal process. This is not subject to. This is where the buyer actually legally, the lender and the lender have to approve the sale. So once it's done, your seller is going to be off the hook. I normally talk to all the listing that have 90 days or above the market, because if the listing is fresh, not a lot of listing agent and not a lot of seller, they're going to go to all the hassle to get the deal done. So target listing that is, hey, If this doesn't close, are you gonna take it off the market? Are you gonna get it terminated? Are you gonna let it go to expire? Those are the listings that you need to target for the VA loan. Yeah. What kind of form we need to fill out? I'm gonna go over that. What to ask for, really important. Anybody know what should we ask for from the listing agent on Assumable deal?
The current principal.
Thank you. The first page of the mortgage statement, because you need to know exactly what is the mortgage balance, what is the interest rate, you know, how the term on it, so that way you can go back and you can plug it to your spreadsheet. Your investor can plug it back to their spreadsheet, and you will figure it out exactly what is your cash flow. And then you can go back and make the offer. You don't have to pay the seller the listing price. A lot of them, they're gonna want the listing price because they have to go through this process with you. But if they at the dead end of the table, maybe they're gonna take a discount on a commission on the equity as well. So again, the whole thing is still negotiable. You assume the loan, but you can still negotiate on the down payment. You don't have to come up with a whole cash amount to cover the asking price. You can still negotiate if the seller is really motivated. Yeah. Only two forms here that you need that is different from the track. I'm not a broker, so I won't speak about this too much, but the first form is really simple. It basically, the first form, it basically tell you you get the first page from the mortgage. It's going to tell you what is the mortgage balance, what is the interest rate. If you have to assume it, what is the mortgage payment is going to be. So that is going to be on the first page of the loan assumption. The second one is the one that you really need to talk to the seller about it, because with VA loan, even when you assume your loan, their VA benefit, if you're not a VA, I know you can get this thing done easily. But if we are not a VA, the benefit of the VA loan is going to stick with that loan. So the seller, they cannot utilize their entitlement benefit. They're going to stick with that loan until us, the buyer, pay it off or refinance. Yeah. So that's the key. You need to get the seller over this hurdle. And a lot of them, they retire or they never want to use the benefit to buy another house again. You're going to use another 0 down percent, and then that's fine. But always check with the seller. If they're going to reuse that benefit again, it's going to tie with the loan until we pay it off. So make sure this is like completely clear before option period is over. If you're not a VA, the lender is going to check, and they're not going to release that entitlement back to the seller. Yeah. So that's the second form is about. Yeah. But really, that's it, right? After the contract executed, the seller, they have to initiate the process by calling the lender. And then after that, the lender is going to send you the welcome package. It's so detailed. It got all the information. It's going to ask you about your mom, your dad, your birthday, when's the last time you go to college. It's gonna be crazy to fill it out, but go ahead and fill it out, send it back to them, and then after that, when both sides have signed, the lender, they will move it to an assumption department, and they have 30 days or 60 days to tell you if you miss a signature, and then the thing is gonna restart. Or they're gonna say, hey, everything is fine, let's go ahead and move forward to closing. So this whole thing is still unknown. 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, you have to prep the buyer and the seller for it. Each lender is different. The one I work with is Carrington. It was a nightmare. Okay. Hopefully Mr. Cooper is better. I'm working with Mr. Cooper right now. Yeah? Okay. Finger crossed. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, each lender, they have a different way to assume the mortgage. So you have to work with a lender to figure it out. But set the expectation with the buyer. It's not an easy process. And the seller as well. The listing agent has to prep, hey, this is the only way we can get the house, and this is the only way that we can get you the asking price. So I'm asking you, just go through this with me so that when we can get this closed. So if everybody's on the same page, great. Yeah. But yeah.
Typically, to take anything, on average, typical to go through that. I know it's
Typically, the one that I did, 6 months. And we went to hell. They would take a month to let me know that I missed an initial, and then I send it back, and then take another 30 days. Stuff like that.
To work with an experienced loan officer, they actually know the paperwork.
Yeah. But yeah, I really want you to put it into action. So go back to my presentation. This is a deal that I just pulled up this morning on ROM. It's still active on the market right now. Everybody can pull it up on the MLS. The rate on this mortgage is, I think it's about 3%, and it's VA eligible, which is investor can assume it. So go back to and do your homework, make an investor package, and start texting your client about this deal. It's still active right now on the market. Any investor, with a taxable income, you can assume this loan. I'm in the process of getting my income on the tax to go up, so that way I can start to take advantage of the mortgage, because the lender, you cannot hide your asset, so it's really bad. And when you get to a certain level, you try to hide your asset, but on this case, you want to show the lender that you are able and capable of assuming the loan. Yeah, and the deal is still active on the market, and it's in the golden zip code. So you ask for house to flip, 77065 is a golden zip code.
Was it because like you live near
Huh?
there, so you buy us
A little bit. Yeah. But yeah, use wood rum. That powder is actually really good. All the filters really good. Yeah, and you can use it for free. It's called woodrum.com, and you can make a free account. Yeah. Yeah, let me go back. Oops. Let me go back. Free step to action. Yeah. So the website is called woodrum.com. Yeah. And the sales agent, when you call them, they're going to promise the world to you. Oh, this is easy. I can get it done in 30 days. Jesus Christ. And then all of a sudden, you have a coordinator. Oh, man, this was messy. But we close it. They have good software, though. All right, that's it. Yeah, I hope it was helpful, guys.